So as we celebrate Youth Month and shine the spotlight on some young people carving out their careers, DJ Shimza is right up there. A firm favorite behind the decks. This morning we're talking to him about being young, successful and going for what you want no matter what. But before we chat to him though, take a look at just why he's called Afro Tech Sensation. If I could spare a moment to turn the camera around and show you just how many people have been dancing. Of course, Pilasande is leading the consortium, give it that mix. It'd be quite a sight indeed. So, Shimza joins us now on the AM Report to give us a better sense of the work he's up to. Shimza, thanks very much for your time and welcome to the AM Report. So, born in Swaziland, grew up in Tembisa, but how do we go from Ashley Raphala to DJ Shimza? Let's start there.
I think Wikipedia has everything wrong, man. I was born and raised in Tembisa. I'm not Swaziland, yeah.
Right.
My other name is Shimi, which was a name that I was given by my grandfather, and that's where the Shimza came from, because I thought I need to spice it up a bit to make sense.
Okay, as one does, right, behind the decks. And I think, many of your fans will come after me if we don't speak to what you've been known for all your time, especially in recent days. The lockdown party. I mean, my understanding is that you're the brains behind that brilliance. Take us through where the idea came from and what it took to make it happen.
I think more than anything, for me, it was a matter of how do I keep relevant and keep people entertained during the time that the president announced the first lockdown, and I've seen a lot of people doing their own streams on the sides alone, but I thought bringing people together with a lot of influence would help in terms of making sure that we have more impact, because if you do something alone, you can reach a certain level. But if there's a collective of people coming together to do that, then it has a bigger impact, So for me, it was more about how do we keep ourselves relevant when we can't be in spaces that need people, So that's how it came about. And I was like, hey, let me just do this thing. And little did I know that it would get to where it is now.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question, right? It took off. I mean, selling like Amakunya, some people would say, just to mention how popular it's gotten. But you speak about being around influential people, and, a big part of why we wanted to speak to you was because of the influence you have, particularly on young people who, in many respects, are facing all kinds of challenges. I mean, how important was it for you to start surrounding yourself with people who are influential from the very beginning before getting to where you are now?
I learn a lot from different people. I learn different things from people around me. So that's why I sort of gravitated towards people that are doing what I wanted to do in my life. And I think that with the nurturing that they've given me helped me become who I am today. So I think having influence should not just work for you to make money for yourself, but it should work towards also inspiring other people and influencing people to go out and reach their dreams if they want to, So I think we need to use our influence in very useful ways, and that's what I try and do with everything that I do.
Yeah. And can you remember some of the people in your journey who've given you, that critical step up, within, I guess, your rise to fame so far?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people. I won't lie, man. I worked a lot in terms of DJing in my DJing, and I think like the likes of Mosquito, DJ Fresh, Crystals, Vinny, Prawili, who was like in the background working. So I think there are a lot of people that have nurtured and created what I am today.
Mm. And I guess, you're one of the people who certainly walks the talks insofar as paying it forward is concerned. Your one-man show, Lockdown Edition, also caught a lot of our attention during Youth Day. Raising a couple of funds there, take us through the thinking behind that initiative, and I guess, why you also feel it's important to give during this moment.
I think the one-man show Lockdown Edition was something that just tied in nicely with what I normally do, because my one-man show in December, we've got a charity aspect to the show where during the day on Christmas Day, we bus in kids from all around Gauteng who are like from like orphanages, and we create like a Christmas lunch experience for them. They play around, and then I have a big festival, which lasts until obviously in the morning. And then from those proceeds, I buy school uniforms and school shoes for those kids, And then I have another one in June, which is normally end of June, which was supposed to happen on the 27th of June, where I host a free workshop, like a free industry workshop, where we share information with anyone that wants to come through, So with that said, I could not have my show in Soweto end of this month. So I just decided, let me do something with a purpose, because I would not be able to do my one-man show end of this month. So I just decided to partner up with the Solidarity Fund and the Nelson Mandela Foundation and use my influence and the people that would be coming to my show in end of June for them to help us raise money for people that are affected by COVID-19. So I think the overall it just tied in nicely to what I normally do and the messaging that I want to push through to people through my one-man show.
Yeah, man, certainly a strong messaging, but many people, especially in the creative industry, are starting to think of what life post-COVID-19 will even look like. DJs, I guess, naturally are social distancing behind the deck unless, there are fans that come behind you. But have you been able to conceptualize, what the way forward will look like for you and many others who do what you do?
I mean, for me, I'm always thinking ahead, and that's why I've taken the club to the TV now, so people stay at home, they have fun, they see the artists that they would normally want to go out and see, also playing a role in making sure that people stay at home to curb the curve, to make sure that we flatten it as much as possible, because if maybe the lockdown house party was not there during lockdown, a lot of people would be trying by all means to go out and see their friends, but they're at home tweeting, having drinks with their family, so that has changed how we go clubbing now, and I think from then on, I'm working on a lot of TV stuff that I'll be rolling out quite soon. But I think for some of us, man, it woke us up in terms of you need to save money. If some of us didn't save money, we'd be in a lot of trouble right now. So I think it was a wake up call for a lot of people, and to also not put their eggs in one basket, which is like relying on being present to make money.
Well, DJ Shimza, big ups to you and the good work that you do, forever cool, calm and collected. Thank you very much for making time to chat to us here on the AM Report.